Hello everybody, just a short update. I'm getting quite a long way with the mast, and as you can see here, the button is almost ready here. I have the channel for the wiring, and I need one layer of 20 millimeters. And then I can put the two top corners in, and that is a piece like this that is 6 by 6 centimeters. And I just turn the camera around, and then you can see all the way up there. And actually today I finished varnishing the mast on the inside, so now it have 5 layers of epoxy. And the plank that you can see over here, that is the top plank, or the lid, so to say. And if you probably can see in the light that it has not been giving varnish all the way out, but it's because on this place on each side, it's going to be glued to this part and the corner piece, so I don't need to apply epoxy there. But in the middle it needs to be varnished, and it have also 5 layers of varnish. And I also gonna show you something else. Just have to go on the other side. This, oops. This is 5 by 10 square inch. Nonsense, not square inch. Square millimeters. So that is 50 square millimeter of copper wire, and that is being made as a lightning conductor. And because it's something that I have been getting from somewhere, don't actually remember where at the moment, but it's been given to me, and it's too short. So, and I have lucky enough 2 pieces. So I took it was inside like a jacket of plastic or something like that. It had been taken off, and then 2 of the parts is being taken from the bottom to the top, and they are being connected here. First, I have been taking off the plastic piece so that the copper is free, and I have done that on all 5 pieces. And then I have been it's a little hard to see because of the light. I don't know if I make it better, but basically there are 4 pieces of this inside here, and tighten quite good, and then some I don't know what it's like a plastic band that is melting together when you stretch it a little bit, so that it's sit together. And then of course by every 20 centimeters or 8 feet there is one of these keeping it together, and then in the end it will also be glued to the mast, so it's gonna stay. And here's another one. Inside the big mast I'm also having a lightning conductor, but it's only 3 parts, and actually I'm quite convinced that it's enough. I just have to turn the camera like this. So the question about lightning conductor is actually a little bit like a religion. Some are against it and some want it, and those against it say that it will like giving an invitation for the lightning to strike in the boat. And I'm of that opinion that if the light is gonna strike, it's gonna strike. And if you have a light conductor, it's gonna go through the boat and no damage. But of course the electromagnetic pulse is gonna damage most of your electronics, but no damage to the boat, which basically means that what you need to survive will stay alive, but all the electronic gimmicks that you probably can, or you should be able to sail without, might get some damage. And I know firsthand like 15 people who have been getting a strike, and some actually more than once. So and then of course all the stories I have been reading, and the handbook there is lying behind the way I build my mast, which is the practical junk rig book. Very good book if you want to make convert your boat to a junk rig or build it as a junk rig in the beginning. But they want a lightning conductor because this type of mast, which have no wires and nothing, it's just like two freestanding masts. It's more likely to have a stroke because normally a boat with a lot of wire, the wire is been working as a lightning conductor, but because there are nothing on this one, it's gonna damage your mast, because I'm pretty sure that there will be salt crystals on the mast all the way up, and if it's a little bit, if there is a little moisture in the air, it will be a conductor in itself, and then it's better to have the lightning conductor. And I know that a lot of people think otherwise, and it's okay. I don't try to convince anybody to have a lightning conductor, but I will not go without one. The boat is basically being built so with a totally blackout of electronics, I can still operate the boat no matter where I am in the world. So and a lightning conductor is a part of that, because I've seen picture of a mast without a lightning conductor, and it was basically like a cartoon gun that was exploded. So it's like a banana that's been peeled. So and all the work that's lying in this mast, it's not something that I want. And lying in the middle of the Atlantic or wherever the boat is gonna be when it's gonna be hit, it's not a good place to build a new mast anyway. So I believe that this will keep the mast alive. So actually the idea was with a little mast that I want to have a ham radio antenna inside it, but then I could see on the wrecking plan that it was the top of the mast was going to be outside that area that was protected by the big mast. So I just put a lightning conductor into it, and then I have to build like whatever antenna in the back of the boat, and it have to be as good as it's gonna be. And so yeah, that was a change of plan. But that's the way it is every once in a while. So this was a little about lightning conductor, and if you don't want to have one, it's okay with me. I would like to have one, and so it was not for the sake of the argue. I'm posting this. It's just to tell what I'm doing, and I'm
hello
doing
everybody. Now I'm finished by filling up the bottom of the mast, that part that have to be solid. But it's not really solid because there is a cable channel where actually the antenna was supposed to go in there, but because it's outside the protected area from the lightning conductor on the big mast, I have to put a lightning conductor in here, and then I just have to pick the ham radio antenna, build it and put it somewhere else. But it's actually not a concern. It's just a change of plan. And then I'm starting putting in the corner pieces of the mast. That is this part. Have to go on the inside corner, and that's because if you take a square and make it round, then something have to disappear, and if you make it disappear, then there have to be something else so you get the right wall thickness, and that's why I'm putting a wall thickness, put a corner piece in. At the bottom it's 6 centimeters by 6 centimeters. That is a little more than 2 inches and 2.5 inches, something like that, just close to that. And that's the halfway up, and then there's gonna be a piece that is like 45 millimeters, and that what that be? That would be like 1 inch and 3/4, and that go up to the top. The inside masts I have been varnishing with 5 layers of epoxy glue, just a little thin with alcohol, so that it's not so hard to take out, and it will float a little better before curing. So that's the plan for now. That is putting in this, so that's what I'm gonna do. So enjoy me working, and yeah, hope you enjoy the movie. So, as you can see in the background, I have glued the corner pieces into the mast, and I'm just gonna show you some details. As you can, I just move the camera. As you can see, on the one side it's the area where I'd have to fit the next corner piece is stopping here in one side. And in the other side you can see it stop up here, and that is, and maybe I can show you, I can show you here, you might see it down here, that it's the connection is actually in there. You can see where the small pieces is coming on. And that's actually only to show you that the corner pieces are not connected at the same place. There are some difference, and that is so that I don't end up with the connection at the same spot. It have to be moved a little around to ensure the strength of the mast. And down there you can see where the cable channel is. Yeah, actually it sounds like something with television, but it's for the lightning conductor. And in the middle there's gonna be fitted 3 pieces of 20 millimeters, or 3/4 of an inch. And then I have to put something on here at the bottom, but it's probably not gonna be one of the big ones. It's probably also just gonna be 3/4 of inch pieces of wood that's going in there. So this was just to show you a little bit about how it is looking, and now the next things I have to do is just so I can see what I'm doing. The next thing I have to do is make the top pieces, but now there's glue on everything, so I just gonna let it cure for this evening or tomorrow, and then I do the next part. The corner pieces are on those surface where they're not being glued to the other part of the mast, but where it's free inside the mast. It have also been given 5 layers of epoxy glue to protect it. So, but I'm not expecting a lot of water inside there. It's actually only for the moisture in the air. But at the top of the mast there's a hole where the cable is coming out, and at the bottom there's also in the cable channel. So I expect a little air circulation when the sun is heating up the mast. It's gonna work a little bit like a chimney, so that way it's gonna dry the mast out on the inside. So a little update, and I hope you enjoyed the film, and thank you for watching.